you all about my business? Yeah, I've been working hard, always keeping to myself. Why you acting like a witness? Man, trying to get a piece once I'm getting all this world. No, you don't need to get involved. No, no, you don't need to get involved. No, no, now you trying to get involved. No, no, you don't need to get involved. No, why you trying to get involved? No, no, you were never about the squad. No, no, you don't need to get involved. No, no, you don't need to get involved. I hate the way you think we're friends. You must be crazy. I've been working till the day's end. Like, why you hating? I've been doing this for years straight. All 7 days, keep the practice till they fear Jay. That's on the way. Flow is mean, but I may seem nice. Illuminated by the glow of all these street lights. I've been dreaming miles up while taking these flights. Leaving ones who had my back just never seem right. It's my fucking team, like I dot my eyes so no one will ever cross me. I'm getting checks like I'm in a game of hockey. She hold me down, at least one person has got me. I try to keep it humble, only face me acting cocky, yeah. And everything is going my way. Girl got the ass and she going my place. Rapping 603 and you know it's my state. Got some cash coming in, need to double my pay. Ole, why you all about my business? Yeah, I've been working hard, always keeping to myself. Why you acting like a witness? Man, trying to get a piece once I'm getting all this world. No, you don't need to get involved. No, no, you don't need to get involved. No, no, now you trying to get involved. No, no, you don't need to get involved. No, why you trying to get involved? No, no, you were never about the squad.
What is going on, YouTube? If you can hear me out there, give me a hell yeah. Anybody with the hell yeah? All right, thank you, Rustic Shady. Hello everyone, and I figured I would come on here and talk about this little peace treaty that's been going around all day that was sent to me earlier this morning. I do have a few things to say about that, but I do have guests. And before I bring them on, old Truth Bone went and got all fancy on y'all tonight. With all this craziness going on the screen here. I've known how to do this. I just haven't. I don't know why. I'll give a little roll call here to Michelle Frost, good to see you. Give It Away True, always good to see you. Debbie Farmers, Hammer Down. TIU Shady, Rustic Signatures, always my pleasure. Angela Gretchen, how are you? 4RE in the house. What the hell is going down? Well, I was called out to, I guess, answer this peace treaty, and I'm going to answer it the best way I know how. But I do have guests, and I'll bring them on, as always, my two favorite ladies on YouTube. Well, my two favorite co-hosts on YouTube, should I say that? Yeah, either way. KL and Nini, how are you? See if this actually works. KL and Nini, how are you?
I'm here, buddy.
All right, you got your camera on, so you might want to flip her off, even though it's all black.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Because you're using a different thing, and it's different than how we always do it, so.
It's a learning experience for us. Because we got to get away from... We got to get away from Hangouts. They're closing it down.
I do like your banner here, buddy. Oh, whoops. Now why am I getting feedback?
You're getting it from me. So now that you're on...
Because you're using a different thing, and it's different than how we always do it, so.
That was weird. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you. She's saying yes. Pretty good. How about yourself? Well, they can only hear me. Well, I guess I'm the star of the show tonight. Who needs Truth Bomb? Because your magical program
I believe it's my show.
Then you better get on it.
They can hear me now, I promise you. Well, you're not.
Can you hear him now?
You're not getting feedback, but Nini was.
They can hear me. Echo, echo, echo. Carrie Echo or well, I might as well say Carrie. Everybody knows he's Carrie. KL Echo or TB Echo?
Nini is.
She's not talking.
She's
Is
not
she?
talking right this minute. KL's in a, well, she kind of is in a cave.
I'm in a car again. That's where I live, pretty much.
How did I do this last time? I don't remember. Interesting.
It sounds cool. Should I?
I think they're getting
Record a
feedback
song?
from me, not you.
No, they're not getting it from me.
You're coming through my speakers, it's making you echo, I think. Let me try something here. Alright, now talk, Kay. I'll see if that fixes the problem.
Hello, 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 hello.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Make my own echo. Am I still echoing? Echo. The fake one or the real one? TV is fine, WW says. But I'm echoing. Now Kale is far away.
Sorry, guys. Learning curve for me.
Angelica says it's better that I'm far away.
Try one more thing here. Set my mic down. How about now? Try now. Say something.
They are saying now it's better. Sounds like I should sing the national anthem.
That's better, Farmers? Alright, cool. Alright, Nini, you want to come on just to make sure yours is okay?
Okay, how do I sound? I mean, I know I sound terrible. It's not going to sound good, even if it was working right, but whatever. So how bad is it? Hear me? What do you hear me? Oh, cool. But I don't hear anybody else now or anything. It's weird. Oh, I hear you now, TV.
I wasn't talking.
Okay. I mean, I know I sound terrible. It's not going to sound good. Okay, it's working right. Hold on a second. I'm muted.
Can you hear me good? Anybody out there? We did this one time, if you don't remember, Kay.
Oh, it's the same program?
Yeah. And now I'm far away. That's weird. How about now? Is that better? And we got 40 people giving us a mic check. Well, probably 20 of them, but. Alright, well, if you can hear me, then we're just going to go with me, and they're on mute, so. Wanted to come on and answer this peace treaty. I wanted to come on and answer the old peace treaty that was sent out today, that was sent to me. I should be coming through loud and clear now. Alright, Forey. Audio sucks ass. I should sound perfectly clear to you. Okay. Alright, peace treaty. The Saint put it out there today, and I want the Saint to know if he is, if he's out there, he's not blocked. I unblocked him. I unblocked a few people today, actually. I got his, I just lost KO, I think. She'll be back. I'm going to say this about the peace treaty, and this is about the nicest I can probably be about it. I didn't have no problem with Saint other than the comments that were being made by him, and if he wants to say screw all those negative comments and come in here and talk, be respectful, no problems. My past is gone on that. I got no issues. As far as bringing peace to the whole ordeal, there is no way in hell that I want any peace with 10. I actually want 0 to do with him. I don't care about peace with Secret Safe with you or the pointed stick guy. I don't care. There's no peacemaking with those. He proved it with just a video just a few minutes ago about farmers. And farmers made the video before the peace treaty. So, yeah. So, there is no way I'm going to get behind anything revolving those three. I don't think there's anything at this point they can say to me that's going to make me go, oh man, let's be friends. Nah, bro. Not happening. And plus, I don't support the things that were said to a lot of people the other night at, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't support, no. There's no way in hell. If you guys want to do that, that's fine. I ain't getting in your way. You can like whoever you like. You're all grown people. That's just my theory on it. But as far as the Saint and anybody else, that wants to come and be respectful, I don't block you when you're respectful. Hell, I unblocked almost everybody today. So, just wanted to throw that out. That's how I feel about it. I will make a deal. They leave me the hell alone, I'll leave them alone. No problem. I mean, point and stick, I don't even know what I did to that guy. I got started getting called names, and then 3 or 4 videos made of me, and then I made one video, and the bashing still continued. So I'm not real sure what I did. Hey Kim, how are you? And I'm not going to be friends with that guy. Not happening. that's insane if you do want to be friends with that guy, in my opinion. All right. With that being said, is anybody Nini, you got anything to add to this subject?
I sure do. Um, I kind of feel the same way as you do. I mean, as far as as far as 10 goes, I mean, I'm being accused of being obsessed with him, and which I'm not. I'm just like, I know he's on live stream saying I subbed to him, and that's not true. And so I made a comment under farmers, like I don't know, I'm not subbed to him. So when he just blatantly lies like that, it's like you're gonna say something, whatever, not a huge deal, but I'm not obsessed with him by any means, and I want nothing to do with him. I really want nothing to do with him. So, like you said, leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. No problem. Same with the other ones. I don't, I don't hate anybody really. I don't hate anybody. I mean, there's a few people I dislike very strongly, and we'll be just fine. Just leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. Um, and the Saint, I hope he was I hope he was sincere and he had the epiphany, and because I've seen, he was kind of, ramping up the rhetoric and, that stuff, and maybe he realized that he was doing that, and if he stops doing that, I have no problem with him whatsoever. Just we don't have to agree on everything, or anything actually, but just don't lie and label and name call and all that bullshit. It's unnecessary. And as far as, again, back to 10, I mean, you could say, hey, we're going to do this and let's have peace. But honestly, if he starts drinking and somebody, says one wrong thing or something that he misconstrues or whatever, it's going to be a 4-hour fuck you rant. And, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. I can't excuse that, and I'm not going to accept that. So I think with him, it's just there's no making a deal about anything with him because he's so unpredictable, depending on what he's partaking in that day. And I'm just being honest. And if people can't see that, then what are they looking at when he's on those live streams in the middle of the night? Because he's hammered and he's just going off on people. Ms. Dawn went over there the other night and I saw the whole I saw it. She didn't say anything. She said, nobody cares what, you're doing. And boom. I mean, he went off on her like, oh my gosh. It was terrible. I mean, she handled everything really well, but it's stuff like that. I mean, how can you make a deal with a person like that? You can't. So, and I'm not out purposely screwing with people anyway. So, like, if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I have no problem with that. So, I guess that would be what I would call peace. I don't know if that, because it's not ever going to be all kumbaya, ever, with certain people. It will never happen. So that's how I feel on it. And, I'm sorry, I don't deal with people lying very well. I can't deal with that. I don't deal with that well. So I want, what I kind of live by is, or try to, is the first time somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And so that's kind of how I live my life. And you show me who you are and I don't care for it, then I don't want to have anything to do with you. So, not that I wouldn't ever give a person a second chance, but in certain instances, there's things that are just deal breakers that, I'm not going to put up with. So, that's just kind of how I live my life. And it's harder to do that on YouTube like that because we don't, we're all obscure. We don't really know who all these people are, and people can pretend to be whoever they want to be, but over a period of time, and we've had a period of time going on 2 years now, you can, if you've been around since the beginning, you can see really who, who are the people who they say they are and who are the people that are just out there bullshitting and pretending and playing games. To me, it's pretty clear to see. So I'm not sure about how everybody else feels, but it's I'm not here to screw with anybody at all, ever. But I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna just be somebody's doormat either all the time. And there's a lot of things that I let go a lot every day. So, and when you're a creator, and you and KL know that, I mean, it's ramped up even more when you're a creator, because it's directed. A lot of things get directed at you. So that's pretty much all I have to say right now.
Well, yeah. I guess the best way to do is when I start talking mute until we can get the echo problem fixed.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to touch on a few things you just said. I get blamed for being such a bad person, man. I believe I'm more blamed for my views than I am anything else, because here's the thing: I don't comment on their videos. I don't go in their lives. I'm not anywhere near them. I do not do these big chat rooms. Hell, I don't do any chat rooms at all on YouTube. So it'd be kind of hard to get me involved in one of those because I don't do them. So I'm not. I'm thinking I'm more hated on just my views and maybe some things that happened in the past, which is fine. I mean, everybody here has a past. And again, if you want, anybody's welcome to my stream. Anyone. Except for two people and clowns. They know who they are. I don't have to say their names. I had it up there with those two people, and I'm not even going to associate myself with them anymore. Commenters, that is. And I guess I don't see. Hell, I haven't for a long time seen KL out there on their videos or on their lives either. So I'm not. Nini, do you go comment everywhere on their lives? I mean, I don't see it. I guess if you do.
I do not. Once in a while, and it gets me every time if Secret Safe with You goes live and I'm at work and I happen to see that, because the notifications pop up on one of my screens, and I'm like, don't do it, but I'll do it. And once in a while I comment, but very rarely. And I'm not in their lives. I'm not all over commenting on all their stuff at all. I've never done that. And I'm not about to start doing that, but yeah, so very rarely, but I don't know why it's so hard for me if I'm at work and he goes live, and I have to click on that notification when I know I shouldn't. But yeah, so no, I've never done that. And I mean, I've been called a ringleader and this and that, and I'm like, whoa, when did this happen? I've never been a ringleader of anything in my life. So it's I the way it has been, and how they've just clumped everybody into this category. It's like it's kind of like the games they're playing in politics with identity politics, but it's just being played out on YouTube, almost. So, and it's just useless. I mean, it gets none of us anywhere. But it's something that we have to deal with every day, and I have tried my hardest to ignore a lot. We've all ignored a lot of stuff, but it comes to a point where there's things that you can't ignore, and you don't, and then that just breeds more animosity, and it just keeps going.
Well, I agree with that, and And you know, you want peace? Stop with the cult bullshit. I mean, seriously, stop with it. That shit's ridiculous. That would help out a whole lot, you know. So I appreciate all the kind words that I'm seeing. Hey, Edward, Charles, Miss Dawn, thank you for coming. But other than that, I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. I mean, that stream that was going on while we were live the other night, I mean, that was, again, just another embarrassing moment. I mean, oh my God. I've seen some shit in my life, but that one might have took the cake. And you know, there's no point in making videos about it. Everybody knows how he is. You know, most people seen it that cares. So there's not. I mean, I'm even over making the funny videos. It's just to the point. I just want him and a few others just to, you know, leave me alone. Let me do my work. I'm not going anywhere. So, I mean, I work with you two guys, the best researchers out here, you know. In my opinion, now that's my opinion. And you guys have plenty of shit to talk about. So I mean, I could probably put this thing on live every single night and get you guys just to talking. And jeez, I mean, it could go. You know, it could go weeks like that. So I don't want to harp too much on this. I just wanted to say what I felt about it, and I will ask, but I probably already know the answer. KO, do you have anything to add to this?
Yes, I do. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay because I'm on speaker and I'm in the car, so, and I can't see the chat right now. So let me know if I sound okay. Truth bomb.
I'm getting you loud and
Everyone's saying it's okay for sound in the chat. I'm going to take that as
I'm getting you loud and clear.
okay. Okay, well, all I have to say about this, well, I mean, I'm probably going to go on a little bit of I won't say a soapbox, but I just want to make sure that that the perspective here, it can be laid out. And, you know, we all know perception is reality, but I try really hard, not only on YouTube, but in my daily life, to come at, you know, the perception is reality thing in such a way that I try and approach whatever, you know, I have going into my life in a way that I can appreciate and see things through other people's eyes. I go out of my way every day to try and do that. And I bring that perspective to YouTube also. And so I want to be able to, you know, relay some information here, you know, as far as how I feel that the situation is constantly manipulated, constantly portrayed in such a way. Can you guys still hear me? I just got a phone call, so I don't know if can you still hear me?
Yes, I got you loud and clear. You're good to go.
Okay. But I want to clarify that how the situation is constantly relayed in a fashion that I feel is completely inaccurate. And I just want to make sure that, you know, that I can say this in as few words as possible. So as far as, you know, the tension, the you know, the situation, the degradation, the insults, the, you know, back and forth, all of this community bullshit, which is exactly what it is. I mean, I have been experiencing these things with a certain individual in this community for a long, long time. And I think most people that are here and involved or try and involve themselves in that now either weren't here when that all started, weren't paying attention to it, or just downright choose not to acknowledge it at this point. I didn't come to YouTube to cause any friction with anyone. I didn't get involved in Vegas to, develop relationships within a community. I came here for information. I came here for, just to see videos and hear other people's opinions and, share information. But it wasn't like I did not come here, as like this was a damn glee club or something. That's not what I came here for. I did not want to, turn this into anything personal per se. It was just, an avenue or a platform that seemed to be very interested in a topic that interested me incredibly, almost, took over my every spare moment I had for a while. And so, I wasn't even aware that there were all these chats and all this stuff way back when. I didn't know that those things were going on. I didn't, and I wasn't ever in a chat until I was put in one that was organized by Ouija, and that was I think last June or July or something like that. I had never been in a chat before that. It might have been May. I really can't remember the timeline, but I didn't partake in those things. I had a situation with one person where I was constantly harassed, degraded, called names. And I know, I see jokes about it even, over the last couple of days, and that's fine. You want to make a joke. It's not a part of my daily life anymore. I don't watch the videos. I don't subscribe to these channels. I don't, if I know about it, it's because it was sent to me, not because I actually, go out of my way to watch these videos. I don't. It's not something that, that I have an interest in. I am here for Vegas. That's it. I'm here for information. I'm here to share research. I'm here to, to exchange information and to have healthy discussion, or, to be able to share my opinion. And I will be able to share my opinion in the way that I see fit and not have that be controlled. And what this has evolved into is, it seems to be some sort of control factor. And it has become, a platform of a personal nature for people. It almost seems like it's, it's more about attention, or it's more about, feeling as if, they play an integral role in what happens here with channels, and what happens here with videos, and what happens here with, people and information. And the fact is, there was a period of time from about April until December of 18 that, that was not anything to do with my part in YouTube. I had, the attacks weren't happening anymore. The insults weren't happening anymore. That all had gone away. And then it started back up, I don't know, I'd say January, February of this year. And to be honest, this is where I want to clarify very carefully too, that when there is a chosen action from, whether it's an individual or a group of people, whatever it is, if there is a chosen action and it is a daily occurrence, and that is what occurred for a good amount of time, I'd say, heck, 2-3 months just this year, it's a daily action taken, with a certain group of people. Occasionally, the person who is, the highlight of the conversation, the highlight of the video, the highlight of the accusation, will have a reaction. And yes, have I reacted to the fact that I was, accused of extortion? Yes. Have I reacted to, accusations out there about me? Yes. Am I the cause of any of this? Hell no. And if you think I'm going to take blame for that, you are absolutely out of your damn mind, because I have never been the cause of any of this. Not once, ever. It's not been the case. So I am not going to take blame for that. There's no damn way. Did I say on 2 different occasions, did I say something to a person that would possibly identify who they are based on the fact that I had been harassed by this person day in and day out for months? Yes, I did. Do I feel bad about that? No, I don't. I absolutely do not. You would think that that would have just stopped and that person would just leave me alone at that point, but that's not what occurred. They then threatened me with guns. They took it to another level, and it continued. Bodily harm, death, whatever, it just went on and on and on. And it still goes on to this day, but it's trickled down to other people. And I think that what you've seen from other people is a reaction from a chosen action from that said person. Now, for anybody else that's here for Vegas and wants to hear information and wants to be interested in research and knowledge and information that's shared, and you can choose to interact, talk to, share information with, be in a chat, whatever you want. That's your business. You can also choose to have your opinion. You can also choose to not share your opinion and just observe. You can choose to do whatever you want. That's the beauty of where we live currently. Don't know how long that will last, but that's the beauty of where we live. And I can choose to do the same. And regardless of what goes on in this community, so to speak, I am not going to change what I think or what I do or what I say, because I am truly very, very, very aware of my decisions on a daily basis. I'm aware of what I say. I'm aware of what I put out there. I'm aware of the videos I make. I'm aware and conscious of my opinions. And I try and deliver those messages carefully. You have never, ever seen me out there. People wanted to make a big spectacle about the Smokey Perkins thing. And if you can't understand why that happened, then you didn't listen to the live. And that's on you, because I clearly explained why I said what I said to him. And he clearly understood why it happened and took ownership of it. And there were people that wanted to make that into something it wasn't. And the fact is, if you're going to go and you're going to talk to me and you're going to make nice with me in a chat, and then you're going to go out there 2 separate times and slay me in other conversations, and then try and come back and act like we're buds, like that doesn't work for me. Maybe that works for other people. Maybe you're cool with that. I'm not. And if you don't know that about me by now, then you just haven't been paying attention. So I don't do anything, with malice. I don't do anything with intent. I don't have any ulterior motives of being here. I don't portray myself as somebody I'm not. I don't sit here and pretend like I'm part of the government and I can use my connections to destroy your life or to hack your information, or that I'm gonna use my connections to manipulate you. I don't do any of that bullshit. There are people out here that do. I'm not one of them. And I have no interest in taking part in that or being a target of that or even talking about it. I'm here to talk about Vegas. And I'm not here to be told what I can say or when I can say it or how I can say it. And I will continue to say what I have to say in the same manner that I'm doing it, because I'm not out here and insulting anyone or degrading anyone. I'm just sharing information, and I'm not here to, make nice in this community. This isn't a nice topic that we discuss on a daily basis. This isn't a nice reason to be here on YouTube. And sometimes you have to have hard conversations about it. Sometimes you have to have hard, realities about situations. And that's what we're really dealing with here. So, I mean, as far as the peace treaty, I just don't see what I do or what I say, why it has to have such an impact on anybody that, sits here and takes their daily action against myself or Truth Bomb or Nini or Paladin or, all of the other names that are listed. There is no reason for you to constantly try and take an action when, my topic is Vegas, it's not you. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
All right. I will go to Nini. Anything left to say about this, and then I'll finish it out.
Well, I really appreciate what KL had to say, and I think again, just for me personally, what the Saint did in his video was a lot easier to take, and I felt a lot more sincere than the attempt the other night. For me personally, I was like, I feel, and this is just my opinion and my feeling, but for me to try to quote unquote make peace with the person that I feel has probably been the most divisive person in this community, and it was coming from him, no way, that doesn't work for me. But like I said, I thought the Saints video was sincere, and I mean, I truly feel like he did have an epiphany, and I appreciate that. And I don't have anything against the guy. I mean, I saw his comments and what he said, but that was where he was at the time, and we can see in down the road, next week, this week, if he's sincere, we'll know, and if he's not, we'll know that also. But hopefully, he's gonna do what he said he's gonna do, and I would be cool with that. And so, I mean, there's just a few, and those are the divisive ones, and it's just not going to happen. But they leave me alone, I leave them alone. I give 0 Fs, really. So but I do think this is good. I mean, I had no intention of never in a million years did I dream that we would be in this spot with this thing, 18, 19 months down the road. I didn't even know half this shit existed, these communities, these chats, like KL was saying. I had no clue because I had no previous experience on YouTube. So this has been a learning experience for me, and I'm sure it has, as far as a lot of other people too, it may be their first real experience with YouTube as far as being a creator and maybe even a commenter. So I think we're all trying to learn as we go, and this has been one big learning experience for me. I can tell you that much. But I'm hopeful. I am hopeful that things will calm down and we can get back to what we need to be doing. So I will turn it back over to you, Truth Bomb. Thank you.
All right, and I'll leave. I mean, I see Saint is in the comments, and Saint, I got no issues with you. Listen to your video. Thank you for the video. And I agree. We do need to just put Vegas up and quit the nonsense. And that's that's on me. I like to make funny videos too. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite, but there's just 3 people in this place I'm not going to get along with. I don't want to get along with them, but I will make a deal with them. They leave me out of their mouth, I'll do the same. No problems. Gone. Sorry, Farmer's is an idiot. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got to say. I I could care less about getting on YouTube and fighting with people every day. That's ridiculous. We got enough shit going on in our lives that, we don't need to be fighting with people. But again, that deal sits on the table for 3 people. They know who they are. I'll leave you alone. I won't be on your lives. I won't be on anything. I won't make any funny videos. I won't do anything. Just, you go your way, I go mine. And I'll be right here. So with all that being said, I'm going to ask the girls if they got any Vegas material. I was doing some stuff today, and I'm not ready to talk about it. Let's just put it that way. But I actually was researching today, believe it or not. So I'll turn it back over to KL and Nini if they both want to come on. I'm going to mute, because if I don't, then you'll get a big echo. And see if they've got anything, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I am one step closer to getting my next Mary Lou or Danley deep dive video out. I am baby stepping it, so you should be getting something soon on that. So I don't know what my issue is, but I noticed today it's been 4 months since I did my last MLD, so it might, what I was thinking today is I'm probably going to do a quick recap and review of the first, I think I'm at part 8 now, so maybe do a quick review of the first 7 parts and go from there. So I hope to be getting that out soon to you guys. I'm working on it, along with 50 other things. So try to stay focused on Mary Lou for a minute and get that done. KL, what about you?
Well, I have a ton of stuff that I've been working on, but I did want to mention really quick because, I'm in the car, so it's kind of hard for me to concentrate entirely on Vegas stuff. But I did put out just a little clip of a video last night, and I got some feedback on it, which I appreciate very much. And it was a picture of it's just weird, just going back and looking at stuff, that was released early on, whether it was articles or interviews, information, whatever. So I had put out a little clip on a photograph. Now, there was a commenter that came on the video and had said, well, you are taking you're taking a picture of a video, and that's actually what I did not take a picture of a video. It was a photograph that was actually released from the same source that the video was taken from. There was like it was actually a 23-second video initially, but it was I think a 12-second what's the word I'm looking for? The 12-second where it just played over again. So I think it was just a 12-second clip, but they played it twice in the articles it was released in. But this was a 12-second clip that was released from a magazine, a German magazine, the Bild exclusive, or Bild Polaris exclusive. I don't know if that's ringing a bell for anybody, but it was standing on the on the stairwell side of the hallway, the 100 wing hallway outside of 135, the room. And it's just taking a video of the door and the food cart and back to the door. And the door is taped, to the equivalent of what I guess a taped door would look like at Fort Knox. You know, duct tape all up and down the frame of the door, and the shot through door was laying on its side, you know, blocking the bottom of the opening, and you know, there's the crime scene tape that was crossways, and you know, I don't even know how they got back in that door with all the tape. It was out there. So hopefully that's ringing a bell, or you guys watched the video. But I made the clip because, you know, I was reading up on some old articles and I saw that picture that is sourced by the Bild Polaris German magazine. And I saw what looked like, you know, a blood stain at the bottom of I'm sorry, my brain is just not working tonight, but where you walk into the room, it looked like there was a blood stain down there. So it was not a picture or a still of a video. It was actually a photograph that was sourced by this magazine. But I was also thinking to myself, and maybe somebody has some feedback, and I can't see the chat at all, by the way, so just keep that in mind. Yeah. I was thinking to myself, how in the hell did this German magazine get this clip? Does anybody remember that? Anyone?
Well, you showed it to me today, and I didn't even know it was a German magazine until today. So,
yeah, it's called Bild, B-I-L-D, Polaris. And it was a German magazine that, you know, had this exclusive 12-second clip and photographs. And I'm thinking, well, how in the hell did they get outside the door? Because this was originally released on October 3rd, okay? Which was also the same day that the photographs were released to that news anchor in Boston, which I do want to talk about that quick, because, you know, there's been this impression left in the community that, you know, there's a person out there that, you know, claims that was Levi Hancock hands down, and that he had a personal relationship with the news anchor gal that released those pictures. But actually, those were not exclusively released to that Boston reporter. They were offered to multiple news outlets who turned down printing them. So that, just so you know, that I don't know what this exclusive relationship would have to do with these pictures, but I just wanted to mention that. But it was released the same day as those pictures were, but they came from a German magazine. So I can't read the chat, Truth Bomb, so I don't know if anybody has any feedback on that at all. If they remember how those came about, or where, you know, any explanation on who the hell was standing there. I don't remember. Anyone? From who? Who was here from Germany standing outside that door? Yeah. I can't. No. I'm going to stop here in a second, but I was on the interstate, so I cannot do that.
oh well, they couldn't hear me anyway. So, can you hear me now? She also says exclusive is what they are famous for. It's a rich newspaper with good connections. But how would they get to Vegas, I guess would be.
Okay, well, that still does not explain how this paper would be, or any photographer would be standing outside that door. We've all seen the body cams. They had cops, up there guarding the door all night. They, they blocked off the exits. They had guards sitting in the stairwell. I mean, so they let a photographer go up there and take some video quick, or what? I just think back and I think, of all the things that we question, it's just kind of weird to think about how we just accepted certain things for what they were, unless somebody did question that and I didn't know it.
Well, she also says that she thinks they paid someone money to get up there for 20 seconds. I don't know. I guess I'd have to see that.
Who said that?
Dynex.
How would she know? How does she know that?
I don't know. Is there articles or something?
So they said that they accepted money to get up there. That was written somewhere.
I am not sure.
I'd like to see that.
She said it's a guess.
Oh, that's a guess. Okay.
But it kind of sounds to me like maybe this build is the equivalent over there to maybe like our National Enquirer or something. I don't know. That's the feeling I'm getting of this build.
Yeah, that might be the case. But I mean, obviously, this was real footage. I personally think that National Enquirer is a lot of fake. I mean, that's my educated guess.
Right.
Sorry for all the background noise.
You can't be doing any worse than me. I'm over here trying to mute two things at one time, and it's terribly hard.
But I remember, because it seems like, and I may not be correct in this, but the mainstream media was playing that video, but as stills, maybe almost. And then I remember finding out that it was actually video from According to Joe. He's like, this is like a 20-second video clip. And I remember him questioning it, and that's been, a long time ago. But that's how when I realized that, yeah, that actually is video. It's not just stills. They got the stills from the video. So, but I don't know how much farther he took it, and, like who got the footage and all that stuff. But I remember finding out about it through According to Joe. So, that's been a long time ago.
All right. Anything else to add to that one, I guess? I have no idea who took the picture. I just found out today.
Yeah, well, the Washington Journal had released it on October 3rd, the LA Times, I think, maybe the New York Times, and they all credited the build Polaris. There might have been another outlet, but they also, my point being too, they also, and I mean, this picture is from the Washington Journal article where the photograph is sourced as a photograph from the build exclusive. So, there was some talk in the comments, which, it is interesting when you look at the video. It does, it looks different than the actual photograph, but the photograph was from the same source, and it does look a little bit different. So I just wanted to bring that up, and that, I guess, however you want to look at it, to me it is Vegas related, because I think everything, including the sources, are interesting to keep track of and follow up on. And I thought that was just interesting. But I see what looks to be, or what could be a blood stain. And I think it was Allie M who had said in the comments, she brought up, how early on that there was, there was reports of a struggle, at the door. And that was actually something that, it was in one of the press conferences as a timeline that, there was, Lombardo had said that there was, there was gunfire exchanged, if you guys remember, in an early press conference that was mentioned. And I want to say that was, I think, on the second or the third where he had said that, and they were doing the timeline. Anybody else remember that? When they were talking about how they found the room, because he had three different scenarios.
I remember that, I believe. And also, even, he said they engaged the suspect. I think that was in the first press conference. And I always want, I thought, well, how do you engage a dead guy? How do you engage somebody that supposedly had already committed suicide? So,
I know this is all old subjects, but I just came across that picture. I hadn't, I saw the stain and I just thought, I don't think that was ever talked about or covered. And, I like to sometimes, in order to find answers on information, you have to go back to, you have to start from one and, go forward. You have to start at step one and go forward. And sometimes it's good to go back and just look at old information. So.
And I actually found an archived article the other day that about this exact thing. I mean, it clearly is said, gunfire was exchanged or they had a struggle at the door, something to that effect. And that was, again, one of the early, an early article. And I was, before this even came up, but I just ran across that the other day because I found, and I haven't had a chance to look into it that much because I found it when I was at work, but I found some archive, this website that it's connected to it's connected to UNLV, but it's this archive project for the shooting. So like I just found it last week and I haven't really had a chance to dig into it that deep, but I remember clicking on one part of it and the first thing I saw was this article, and it was when it was 59 dead. They had a struggle either in the hallway or the doorway with the gunman, and da-da-da-da-da. So that was a very, very early on article because, how it changed from the beginning to, a few days later. So I'm interested to really dig into that archive and see what exactly is there. So hopefully I will have a chance to do that this week sometime.
Nini, did you see 4RE's comment?
Yes, I just saw that. I think I might have that same transcript for RE. I think I might have that same transcript. So, yeah. And my opinion has been whoever that was in 135 number 1 did not commit suicide. That person did not commit suicide. I've always felt like that. I mean, I guess for a long time. In my mind now, it's always, because it's been so long now, because there were so many things in the beginning that just pointed, and even once the body cams and things started getting released, you heard it on body cam how many times? Yeah, they shot him, they got him, they shot him. So whoever, whomever that is in there, I don't feel committed suicide. And the early reports were not that person committed suicide.
I think she's talking to you because she's saying it all in all caps, so I'm figuring she's trying to get your attention.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure. She's saying this was after the official story was released. Yeah, I'll have to go. I know I have a transcript from CNN, and I bet it's the same one that 4RE is talking about. I'll have, there is so much. When I start looking at my bookmarks, it's overwhelming. The amount of information that's still there, or, I mean, how long ago have we looked at all this? Like, it is good to go back and look at that stuff because we didn't know then what we know now, and we can look at it in a different light, and we have more information to connect dots and things like that. So I think it's important to go back and look at that stuff. It's very time consuming, but yeah, I think it's worth it to do that.
All right, what else? Anybody else got anything new? Guys, I know you're used to this whole 6-hour live, but I can promise you we all three agreed that shit would not happen tonight. And by the way, I want to say something about these call-in shows. These call-in shows, but they will be on a Friday or Saturday night. I cannot go to sleep at 4:30 in the morning and wake up at 7:30 and try to work in 95-degree weather. Not happening anymore. So, yes, we will still do them, but they will be on the weekends, and we'll shuffle them around for whoever's going to be live. And again, those call-in shows are for anybody that wants to call in. Anyone. My email is actually at the top of the screen, has been the whole time, so anytime you want to come on, just let me know. And I don't even have to have the call-in show. If there's something you want to talk about and you think that maybe I can help you get it out, then email me. We'll set up our own live. What about you, KO? Anything else new or?
Again, I can't see the chat, so I don't know who's in here, who's not, but we did have an interesting small chat on my channel last night after I premiered my video clip about some of the body cams that can be seen on the Nolo 133 channel. I don't know if anybody's in the chat that was in the one that we had last night.
You mean when normal people were sleeping?
I don't know what you consider normal, but whatever.
I think the people that are here, 62 people watching, I don't think you can call us, any of us, normal at this point. But continue. No, I didn't see it, by the way.
Okay, well, is there anyone in the chat who did? And maybe looked at those videos? I'm at a total disadvantage here.
Well, Truth Seeker says she's on it. She sent a message doing it now. I don't know what that means, but...
Okay. Well, it's an interesting channel to check out. It appeared to me, and this was, oh my gosh, sorry. The difficulties of your adult child riding in the car with you is just never ending, I'll tell you. Anyway, the CCTV footage from the roof, they have that out there, and it appears that it starts earlier. I haven't looked at it in detail. It's been a while since I've looked at it, and I haven't had a chance to get back to it, but I believe that the roof cam starts about 25 minutes before the actual, the shooting starts. So I just think it's interesting to go out there and check. I think there were a few people just making mention last night of a few things that they saw differently in those cams, and I don't know if they were different body cams that were released, or I don't know. But I just think it's interesting to check those videos out.
Kale, do we want to mention what we briefly talked about the other night? I mean, I know we haven't even started it yet or got it off the ground, but do we want to mention it or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Go
Well,
ahead.
KL and I are going to be working on doing, oh my gosh, my train of thought, I just lost it. Archiveit.org site with Las Vegas shooting documents, which, there's a couple people that have uploaded a lot of stuff. But I think that KL and I could bring some different stuff, and anything that we download, we can upload there. Say if it's something that we got off of Scribd and somebody isn't paying for a subscription there, they can't download that, but we could upload it onto archiveit.org and you could go there and get it for free. And I think we're going to try to be all inclusive. I mean, obviously we'll have probably upload the main docs like that everybody has, just so it's kind of a one-stop place for people if they're looking for that stuff. But again, I think that we probably have a lot of just things that we reference or talk about, and we can just we can upload it there, and then you guys can go there and either look at it there or download it yourself if you wanted to. So that is just now. I mean, we just briefly talked about collaborating on this the other night, so we're going to be working on that. But I think it will be a great resource for everybody in the community, and just we'll have some different things there that have not been, that you're not going to see on the other sites that are uploading Las Vegas stuff. So, and yeah, Shady J, we're going to make a Connor file. Do your job, Connor. Oh man, my throat hurts. I can't do that. So I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be work, but I'm excited about it. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, and I will, when we get that up and running in the next day or two, I will add the court docs for the new lawsuit that we just talked about the other night. I'll add those in there as well. And then, the other documents that we upload and may not make a whole lot of sense to everyone. I put notes on all my documents. I type notes on there. So, I guess that could be helpful to some, or maybe a pain in the ass to others. But, you'll probably get some of my notes on those docs also.
Sorry, I'm playing around. I thought you guys were going to keep going.
You should probably talk now.
I'm playing around with this software, and it's difficult while you're live, but I mean, I got nothing else. So unless somebody else, we want to take some questions or something, then it is up to you guys. I've got some things that I might talk about, but I'm not ready to talk about them. So anybody want to talk or ask questions to either one of these ladies? Me?
I guess I did want to add, I can't see the chat again. Just want to make sure I say that. But I'm sure Nini, you saw if there. I want to make sure there's an interest, I guess, for those documents.
I think there is. I mean, I know. Yes, I believe there is. And like I said, we're not. I mean, we're talking not your run-of-the-mill stuff that's already out there. I mean, I think I don't, and we haven't really discussed this, but obviously, I think we should have you know, the preliminary report, the final report, that stuff, which most everybody that's here already has that. But again, just in case somebody, if they're newer and they, are starting out and looking at all this stuff, they can get it there too. So, but then beyond that, this is the stuff that we have, researched and scrounged for that, we may not have had an opportunity to video or talk about or whatever, but what good does it do sitting on my thumb drive or what? I mean, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, have let whoever have access to it and see what they think, and does it mean anything to them? What's their opinion? Whatever. So, because it is not the typical run-of-the-mill stuff that that we all had for months and months and months. It will be some different stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, Nini, but I mean, maybe there'll be people who would be interested in, some of the notes on those. Like, for instance, I have my dispatch logs that are, highlighted and notes all over them, and just to highlight anomalies. They aren't the easiest things to read, to be honest, so if there's an interest for that, I mean, I can, I have no problem uploading that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I have meeting minutes up the wazoo from like Clark County Commission meetings and the Urban Area Security Initiative work group, and all that stuff that people may not have had a chance to go out there and find or even know that it's there or it's relevant to anything, which I believe it's very relevant to a lot of stuff. So, oh, pardon me, my throat is so sore. So yeah, and then KL with like the Pacer, the lawsuit stuff, things like that, her notes. I think it will be a good resource for whoever wants to go there and tap into it. So put it all in one place, and everybody can have a chance to go there. And you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay to download anything. So that's what's nice about it also.
All right. Well, I, for one, am excited about this whole archives thing. I think it needs to be done. And I know, and I've said it 100 times listening to KL, she has a ton of information that she needs to get out. So, I mean, anybody on YouTube who makes videos know it's not the easiest damn thing in the world to do. It's not. It's very time consuming. It's very, and especially when you're, like me. I'm sure Nini, I'm sure KL, I'm sure you're both the same. So, yeah, I mean, I think an archive thing like that will be awesome. And I'm glad you two are going to do it and not involve me. Sorry. It's just how I feel about it. Let's see. Guys, if you got any questions for these ladies, put them in the chat. In all capital letters, please. And I will ask them to, if you got one for KL, just mark it KL because she can't see the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I don't know a time nor a date, but there will be a Paladin and Matt Gilmore, it looks like I'm seeing in the chat. I don't know how the hell anybody's going to know who's talking. They both sound alike to me. But I'm sure that's going to be one hell of a live. So, and I'm sure with those two, it will be all about Vegas. Angela Gretchen wants to know, when can we meet in Vegas? I don't know. When you buying? We going. If you buying, we're going. I don't, April, I'm not rich. I just like to mess around with this stuff. That's how I started making videos to begin with. Oh, MG's in the house. Sleeped up, how are you? Roll call for the people that hadn't been here. Matt, I'll let y'all, Saturday night, I'll let you guys figure out the time and the date, but I will be looking forward to that live. So there's your little, what do you call it, advertisement. Alright, I want to read Ellen's comment here. It says, I say this with great respect to 95% of the people here. I think we need to consider what we do about those here out to destroy those us via disinfo. Now, how to prevent it while definitely moving forward. That's a very good point, Ellen. All caps if you got any questions for these ladies. Miss Dawn, what about Thursday? You haven't answered me yet. And I know you've got some things going on, so I just don't want to take that time slot up if the Saints good. Let's see. This might be a shorter night than we thought. So I'm not seeing any questions, and well, again, I don't have anything, so.
Hey TB, can you mute so I don't echo?
I'm so tired of getting told what to do on my own.
Please.
I'm kidding. Hold on. Go ahead.
I just saw a lot in the comments about that John Bielman. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Supposedly he was connected to that charger that they found that didn't belong to any of the phones that they found. But then also, and then he ended up shooting his adult disabled daughter and himself a week after that. I'm not sure exactly how long it was, but supposedly the feds had been there the day before. The next day he goes out, takes his disabled daughter in the backyard, shoots her, and then shoots himself, which was weird. But then I was reading an article where they were connecting him to, remember the 4chan posting, a few weeks before this, where it said, they're looking hard at, Las Vegas, Henderson, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to warn you, I'm not a killer. And I think he signed it as John. Well, they were, in this article, they were connecting this John Bielman to being that person on 4chan. What legs, what validity it had, I don't know, but I just thought it was interesting because I had never heard that connection before. So that whole deal with that guy is weird. And then Cheryl in the comments said she thought that there's somebody when they're clearing rooms, I believe at Mandalay Bay, that somebody coming out of a room actually looks like that John Bielman guy. So I don't know if she can tell us what body cam that was in, but I thought that was interesting. That's all I wanted to say. So you may now have your floor back, TB.
I know on that John Bielman thing there was
She said TB.
yeah, I don't care. There was some things going on. I think it was in 4chan too, and I saw the YouTube channel. I went to it. It was still, I don't know if it's still up now, but it was still up then because he had made videos. They were Braille videos, and I think they were made for his daughter, that John Bielman. Now, there was somewhere where it said that the email that was listed on that YouTube channel was actually one of Paddock's emails, but I never saw that. I never saw that email out there. I also I just never saw any sourced information or, how any of that was traced, I guess. I don't know if anybody else did, but I don't remember seeing any of it actually being traced or sourced. So I don't know. Could be something, could be nothing, could be propaganda, could be a lot of things.
Right, that was my problem. I never could find, anything that was concrete. I felt like it was just more speculation than anything. But if it happened, if things went down at his house the way they say they did, it was weird, to have the feds at your house one day and then all of a sudden the next day you just go shoot your adult disabled daughter and yourself in your backyard. So, but again, nothing, there was never really anything that you could say for sure connected him to anything in Vegas. So, but if there's a body cam out there that does show that guy leaving a room at Mandalay Bay, now maybe that's something we could work with. That would be an interesting avenue to look at, I think, because obviously there would be some connection there, I would think, maybe. So I don't ever remember seeing anybody that looked like him, but after you watch so many body cams, they kind of all run together at some point. So who knows? It's just going back over that stuff again, which again is super, super, time consuming.
My turn? Alright, let's see if we see anything else in the chat here. I don't know a lot about this one. I didn't do a lot of research on Douglas Haig, but Forey says, I found it interesting that Douglas Haig was involved in the company Tactical Communications. Either one of you know anything about that?
I do not know anything about that. But
I couldn't hear what you said, so can you read it again?
Yes, Forey says, I found it interesting that Douglas Haig was involved in a company, Tactical Communications.
Tactical communications, right? Is that what you said?
Correct. Can you hear me? Hello.
Sorry. I'm in an area. I'm not getting rough reception. But you said Douglas Haig.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that. Um, there were some business partners involved in that, if I remember correctly. That, geez, that's been a long time. I do have some documents on that though, and I forgot all about it until she just mentioned it. So maybe I'll bring those out and have some of those be some of the first I add to the archive. It's been a long time. I think it's been since January of last year since I looked at any of that. January or February. And sorry, you can hear my windshield wipers. It's raining like crazy here.
Sure, it's your windshield wipers. That's what they all say.
Ah.
At least you're not getting attacked by a wind chime, so I think you'll be okay.
That was earlier. Hush. And I really was caught in the wind chime.
I'm like, what the hell? It sounds like you're getting attacked by a wind chime. She's like, I am.
As a tribute to LNW, it was a Tinkerbell wind chime of all things. Damn Tinkerbell.
It sounded pretty funny from my end, but sure it wasn't that fun for you.
No, it wasn't. I was stuck.
I guess the question on my mind here would be, where in the hell are you always going at this time of night? Don't answer that. But seriously, stop going places.
Tell you all my secret spy stuff.
In the middle of the damn night.
I know. I always have somewhere to go, but I'm almost home.
So I guess you need to put that up there with batteries for your chirper, window wipers, and batteries for your damn smoke alarm.
Hey, I think she's got the smoke detector thing taken care of, I think.
Yeah, I do. And I don't need windshield wipers. The thing is, we're getting like these torrential bursts of rain, and then literally like the next minute it stops. So you're hearing the need for the hard swipe, and then when it comes back down, it's like, stuck on the windshield because it's not raining anymore. I don't know. We're getting some really bizarre weather here.
Seems to be a popular question in the chat. Have you guys watched UFO hunters videos? I have not.
Nope.
I've got them clean, but I have not.
Well, I have.
Enlighten us.
Well, I must say, today's video, for me personally, right on UFO Hunter, because it talks a lot about Campos, about 959, about 1005, and about the L bracket, which I have been saying for a long time, that I felt like Mandalay Bay Security put that L bracket up there. And I think his opinion is that Mandalay Bay, he doesn't say security, he says Mandalay Bay put that L bracket on the stairwell door. So for me personally, I loved it. I loved his video today because it was like, yes. In my research, that, that's what I've found. And what I really liked about it too is how he separated out the and we're going to say the alleged 9:59 call and the alleged 10:05 calls that Campos made, because he used a lot of different officer statements, Jesus's statement, and then with Shannon Alsbury's statement. I didn't realize it until today, until Hunter pointed it out, but when Alsbury, I think it was Alsbury, somebody kind of meshed the two, calls together of Jesus's, and was like, he said this and this, but Hunter did a really good review and separated all that stuff out, and it really made sense to me. So I really enjoyed the video, and the one he put out previous to that, I liked also. So it's definitely worth watching, in my opinion. So I liked it. I gave him a big thumbs up on that.
Well, cool. I will absolutely watch them eventually. I just hadn't had time, and he doesn't make the shortest videos, so I'm used to 6-7 minutes and we're out. But I would definitely watch it and maybe have some more to say on it. Maybe this week, maybe not. I'm not sure. This is my second live this week, taking up all the airspace here. All right.
I just want to say I haven't seen his videos, and I'll check them out. I'm glad to hear that he could put out his opinion on that, and seemingly is being supported in the chat, so that's good to see.
Yeah, and I don't believe either one of his videos were very long, and I'm pretty sure today, unless it's just like it wasn't long to me because I was really into what he was saying, but I don't think they were very long videos at all. So he's pretty right to the point and very organized. So yeah, they're not long, if I'm remembering correctly. So
I guess I was just going off history with him that his videos are normally, he puts a lot of, I guess, a lot of, like I said earlier, making videos ain't easy, so he puts a lot into them, but I will check them out. All right, back to the chat here. Sorry, you're gonna get a little dead air. I'm reading. And apparently a nice machine. TIU says what she said a little earlier, and I think he made a little short video of it, of 4 shipping containers being where they dropped Melissa Ramirez. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? I've actually been to that parking lot and taken pictures. I can say this, TIU, and this is just from my own experience. They were doing work there during this time. In November, well, I think 2 of those shipping containers were still there in November of 2018. But I think they were doing work around that pool area there. Now, I don't know what that means, but anybody else want to elaborate on that, or no, yes? I don't think they have anything on that one. TIU, I have no idea why they dropped her there. I've questioned that 100 times. I think I've even made videos. Well, I did make a video about it, but it is not up for viewing anymore. You can check Saint. You can check out TIU's video. There was, he said 4. I think I only saw 3, but there could have been 4. But they are definitely in the body cam. There are shipping containers there, and that is where she was laid at. I must be missing something. I don't know what Paladin's talking about, but he says don't forget it. Oh, yes, the hallway creepers. You talking about on like the 61st floor, I think it was?
They were on the 31st floor.
Oh, I thought it was. Was it the 31st floor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Might be. I thought they were above in like the Four Seasons.
No, because they were filmed by crap, I can't remember his name right now.
John Gottschall.
Yeah, Goshet or Goshet or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce. It's like Gauchat, something like that, or Gu.
You can actually see him in the body cam of Hendrix or Barson when they're getting on the elevator. He's standing there, and he was staying on the 31st floor. He filmed that from the room of from the doorway of his room.
Well, look at there. They reminded me of something. Well, I guess I thought it was from the Four Seasons, and I thought it was at that point in time. The numbers were weird too, which I don't even know. I think now it's still what 57 or 54 is the floor, or did they change them back?
Yeah, I think 32 is now 57, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, I do know something about the 61st floor. When I was there in April, I went to the 61st floor. I was there. Bart Medley says 4 seasons equals diplomatic immunity. Anything on that one? I don't know that to be true, but I know it is owned by, if I'm not mistaken, one of the Saudi princes. Yeah, Four Seasons didn't get mentioned a lot, did they?
And Bill Gates is part owner also of the Four Seasons, I believe. I don't know if he still is. I think he is.
There was actually an illegal shooting reported from the Four Seasons. There's an event number for it. No 911 call.
And there was a safe in a hallway on the 40th floor, which would be... No, wait, they're 35 through 39, or... Do you remember anything about the safe on the 40th floor in the hallway?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to say no on that.
Oh, because it's in dispatch or something, and I always just thought that was weird. Why is there just a safe in the hallway on the 40th floor? I don't know. But I couldn't find anything else on it. It's just that one, blurb in the dispatch or somewhere. And, what do you do with it? It's there, and there's no other information on it. But it doesn't make sense why a safe would be out in the hallway.
Is somebody's money?
I don't
I'm
know.
guessing.
I don't know. I
They
mean,
needed it picked up.
Joe Blow walking by. Oh, hey, there's a safe. I mean, is it open? Is it unlocked? Is it locked? I don't know. Does they put it out there, and only the person that has the because they know only somebody with a combination could get into it and get whatever was in there. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. So those are the things that just bother me.
Well, 4 says yes because they left it there full. How did they know it was full? I don't know what that means, but
Is she talking about the safe? Paladin maybe to cart around the crown prince's gold? Could be. But I don't know why anybody would leave a safe in the hallway. I mean, because it clearly states it's in the hallway on the 40th floor.
well, I don't know a lot about the safe, but I do know about a book bag. I've heard about this book bag 1,000 times that was left in a hallway. So I'll call him Miss KL for that one. What about that book bag that you love or are very interested in, should I say?
What book bag? I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you kidding me? The book bag left by the door? You told
Totally
me.
don't know what you're talking about.
Huh?
Totally don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. It looked like one of the SWAT officers left the book bag sitting beside the elevator entrance. Come on.
No, it wasn't a book bag. It was a backpack.
That's the same damn thing.
Mm-mm.
Welcome to the South.
No, a book bag you wear like crossways around on your body or around your shoulder. A backpack you wear on your back.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. You know what I'm talking about now.
And it wasn't a SWAT one. It was a security guard guy who came out of nowhere and had a backpack at his feet. That's in a body cam. It's in a few body cams. One in particular. I'm trying to remember the cop's name. What was the cop who did the interview? The motivational speaker. What was his name?
I don't know.
Anyone?
Farmers, good night. Thank you for coming, buddy. Smash that like button. I got 10 haters for some reason. I thought this was actually a pretty damn good live, but then again, I had probably 5 or 6 before I even started.
Badinsky. That guy.
Well, if you knew, why'd you ask me?
Well, it took me a minute to remember. When he's rushing back to his vehicle, you can see there's a big guy, big security, or not a security guy, I'm sorry. He was an engineer. He's dressed like an engineer. And he showed up at the service elevator entrance. Now, this was after the Billy Badass went in and, quote, cleared 235 and then goes down the hall. And then they're all going back to get on the elevator to go I don't know where. And he's standing there and he's got this big, like, packed backpack at his feet, like sitting at his feet. Anybody else see that?
Well, I have definitely seen the backpack because you showed it to me again 1,000 times. As you want to call it, a backpack. We'll go with your word, not mine. But I don't know.
Personally, there were a lot of shenanigans going on up there that not even the cops knew about. That's my opinion.
Miss Ellen, I can't. YouTube does that. Some people get the notifications, some people don't. I don't know. And I actually sent out 2 notifications today because I quit one live stream because it was lagging so bad.
Yeah. The
So
water bottles and tourniquets. That's right. That's what was in there.
What?
And mystery and secrets.
TLU wants to know, KL, what video was the glowing belly robot in?
Body cam 7414. I don't have the,
How
it
the
was in,
hell? See, that's the shit I deal with every day. How the hell you know that?
that's the body cam of the body cam number up in the upper right hand corner was 7414, and that was body cam. Jeez, give me a minute. I just remember the body
Night,
cam number,
Cheryl.
but I'll
Thank you
get
for
it.
coming.
I got it here somewhere.
While you're looking for it, Forrest, it's BWC quote. They had a safe on the 40th floor with a bunch of crap in it. They didn't check it. They kept going, marked it with a blue pen. What the hell? Not worried about bombs or anything like that night?
Hey, she just reminded me of something. I'll bring that up here in a second after I find this one body cam, but there was a body cam worn by a SWAT fellow. And this was later in the evening, and they were upstairs clearing out rooms. And they got to the suite. I mean, they were checking rooms. They weren't clearing them out. They were checking rooms very graciously, I might add. Sincerely, they weren't rude about it or anything like we saw initially. And they get to the suite at the end of the hall, and this SWAT guy, they go all the way in, and they actually clear the suites. I don't know if everybody else knows this, but when they were being courteous later in the night, and they would just go in and knock and say, "Is everybody okay in here?" But they didn't even really go all the way in the rooms. And they would say, "Everyone okay? Just stay in your room. There's an emergency or active shooter or whatever." But the suites, they go all the way in and clear the whole suites. And this suite, they went in, and the one guy stood at the door, and he was shining this blue light up at the ceiling. Does anybody else see that? Remember that?
I do not. Nini, do you remember blue light?
I showed it to both of you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't remember that right now.
Remember that, Nini?
I do not remember that. I'm sorry.
Paladin in the chat, he remembers. They were shining it on it was like, kind of like that light, that they use for looking for, if they use that chemical in the blue light or with the black light. It was, it kind of looked like something like that. It was weird. Nobody else saw that. Geez, do any of you people watch body cams?
Paladin said LOL. And
Thanks, Paladin, for the support.
hey, man, there's only so much our brains can take, and you all the time.
Batch 6 body cam 2 for the, was that the glowing one? Wait a minute. Was that it? I'm trying to remember now. I think it was, wasn't it?
We can all agree on that, Ellen. And Ellen said so much about that night was beyond odd. We can all agree on that, I think.
Still is. I'm going to have to get back to you on that body cam because I can't remember if this was it or not. No, I think it's not. There are some odd flying objects in this body cam 6 number 2. So
Night, Bart. Thanks for coming. Are y'all still there? KO, Nini, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We lost the stream, so
Oh, we did?
Yeah, it's showing offline.
we should be back up and running right now on a new one.
In the same thing?
I think they're saying they can. I'm not sure if they can hear us. Like they can hear us, then they can't. I'm not sure. But I show offline. Oh, no. I think they can hear.
I've got mine says when I on my computer it says live stream is offline.
On my iPad, it shows that you're offline, but the chat's going.
They said they can hear us. Now that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
And I did end that stream. So, guys, I'm going to start a new one because something's wrong here. So if you can hear me, we will be starting a new one. Go over there. All right, we're going live.
Excuse me. Oh, okay. Oops, I better. Jeez. Need to cough in everybody's ear.
Well, mute. Alright, it seems that... Can anyone hear me out there? So how the hell we got back on the same live stream, I don't know. Alright, no one go anywhere. We'll stay here. Let me see if I can get the girls back in here, if they can hear me.
I can hear you.
Alright, I guess we're back on the same chat. I don't know how the hell that happened, but sure. We'll go with it. And to answer your question, Rustic, yes, Hangouts, I got a notification Sunday night that Hangouts is going away. So it said something about use YouTube webcam. I don't know. I'm searching for a program we can use that I'm not going to have all this back noise and all that good stuff. So yes, YouTube is nuts. I agree with that. Too bad we don't all have the money to just drop a citizen channel or something that actually works. Not that, not saying Joe didn't try, but I mean, you need a lot of money to get the servers and stuff for that. So I don't know why they're taking out Hangouts. That's kind of weird. I mean, it's their own program, so why would they? I'm not sure. I think they could have They could have spent a lot of money and made Hangouts a lot better. And more safer. But it is what it is, I guess. No, iShare is down. Let's see.
That was the 485 TV release 26 for the glowing thing.
Number 485.
Yeah.
There you go, TIU.
I did that the last time too. I was looking at because the other one is the one that they have the wrapped ones, which was that's batch 6, number 2.
Are you home, Gail?
Yeah.
Can you type in the chat so they can ask you questions?
Yeah. I don't think anybody was asking.
I think Miss
anything
Dawn wants to
on
ask you a question, but she said she can't type your name because
okay,
you haven't
hold on.
typed yet. Ellen, I did not. Can you retype that? There you go. Alright, I think Miss Dawn has a question for you, so leave it up for her. And while we're waiting for that, Nini, if you want to, I know you don't feel good, and I know you probably need some sleep, so anytime you want to drop off, you're not going to hurt my feelings.
Yes, I should probably be getting to bed so I can make it to work tomorrow. But I appreciate you having me on, and I thought tonight's stream was really good, so I appreciate it, and I will see everyone soon.
Well, you have fun, and thanks for coming on and sucking it up there, Buttercup.
All right, thank you. Night, KL. Night, everybody. Thanks so much, guys.
Night, Nini.
Thank you.
Bye, Nini.
I'm going to give this probably about, I don't know, KL, what you say, about 30 minutes, and we'll close her down. Good talk. Thanks, Rustic. There's a program we used to use where everyone could talk after being given a voice by the moderator. That might be good for us. I don't know that program, Ellen, so I would have to do some research on that. Nini's a trooper. She came on and didn't even feel good. Please don't hit me. I'm fragile. Did you see
I'm
Miss
just going to
Dawn's
clarify my, yeah, and I answered her, but I wanted to clarify that. I don't feel like typing that much, but the source that I got it from was the Washington Journal that had the video, and then had a separate, actually a few separate photographs that were sourced as photographed from the German magazine, call it a magazine, Build/Polaris. So they identify those as photographs, not stills or from the video.
There you go. I do not give it away, true. Apparently I'm going to have to defend myself, Bastermo. It's going to come through the computer on me. TIU, if you asked the question, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. That thing went dead. And I guess I should turn my mic on if I wanted to talk to these people, huh? So, TIU, if you actually said something, I didn't catch it because this thing's been crazy. Sorry about that. My mic was off. I think. Hell, I don't know at this point. All right, well, I do want to the 40 watching, I do want to say something, because in that crazy live stream the other night, I heard something that kind of disturbed me and made my wife actually laugh like hell. When I went to Vegas, I did not go to Vegas just to see Howie. I went to Vegas with a friend of mine. It was not a Vegas investigation trip like the first two were. Didn't do a lot of investigating while I was out there the third time in April. That was bought and paid for. Well, my buddy actually paid for first class seats in the airplane ride over there. I paid him back eventually when I won that money, but everything there was bought and paid for by me. I have never, not one time in my whole life, received $1 from YouTube. Not YouTube or a YouTuber or anybody that may have donated to me. I've never received $1. My channel is monetized. Yes, it is. I think it's up to $27. You cannot even cash out YouTube until you get to $100. So therefore, I have never, one time, received $1 from anyone. And I just want to make that point clear, because that was what I would like to say, bald-faced lie. And if he has the proof as he says he does, then please, by all means, show it. And that's all I'm going to say on that topic, because I'm not defending myself on a bunch of lies. So, back to it. Yeah. Big time, Ellen. Dropping it big time over here. That is insane, by the way. Any more questions? Because if you don't, we're going to shut this thing down. We're not going 6-7 hours a night. I can tell you that.
Excuse me. No, I am seeing people talk in the comments about Nyla. I don't know if you remember her, but she was a commenter, a frequent commenter. I see that she's not doing well, so I hope that whoever does have communication with her, contact with her, to let her know that we are definitely thinking of her and hope that she gets better. I don't know the situation, so it doesn't look like it's good though, so at least we have her in our thoughts and prayers.
I'll second that. I agree, TAU. We do need the truth, but is it even out there? April, I don't know how to even answer that question. Again, on YouTube, I have never once asked for anybody for anything, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Angela, already owe you a video. I just couldn't understand your notes. But yes, I will help you. You know my email. Anytime. Matt, I've looked for it for a long time, man, and I'm sure it's out there, but hopefully we can find it. If not, I guess we won't stop until we do, or at least be satisfied. I don't know the answer to that question either, so. Rustic, have a good night. Thank you for coming. TIU wants to know if you know who owns the Desert Road Resort, because I do not. Hello.
Is asking who owns it.
Yes.
I actually did look that up one time. Let me see. I have that. I'm home now. Let me look at my file. See if I have that saved.
Let me look at my 18,000 notebooks that I have filled up.
I don't have notebooks. I'm not organized like that. That's silly. Thinking I'm organized.
Yes, give it away, True. Absolutely. Her notes are insane. I give her props for them, but I'm sitting here trying to decipher them, and I'm like, good lord. But she did, on the 911 calls, I give her credit. She did a hell of a job putting all those together. She did.
Yep, I don't have that on my phone, so it must be on my laptop.
I did do that video, Angelica. I hunted you down to make sure it's okay. It took me a while, but I don't know about that.
It is. There's a group. You know, and then there are affiliations of the Desert Rose, if I remember correctly. I want to say the main group is like 4 different people. But I don't have access to my laptop right now.
I don't either. I'd hate to see how much space that laptop has left. Can't be much.
I have clouds of memory. Clouds and clouds.
So you just don't have one cloud. You like spread it over a bunch of clouds, and you're gonna make it rain one day, right?
Sure. Maybe.
I guess with this archive thing you guys are talking about.
Yeah, that was something I don't know, we talked about it the other day. Thought it would be a good idea. I think somebody had asked for a link for the court docs, and there isn't a link. You just have to go on and you have an account. Excuse me, for Pacer. So we thought that would be a good idea. Just to have a place where you can drop some docs that people might want to take a look at, and then we thought we'd expand on that just by some of the docs that we have, in our possession. Okay, I'm thinking for that Desert Rose. I don't know if I'm thinking of the right one or not, though, if it was Desert Rose or not, but because I want to say that was under the Wyndham umbrella, if I remember correctly, but then there's a Core Nevada Desert Rose, like corporation under the Wyndham that the 4 people own it. I really can't remember right now. It's a long time. Oh, well, you already had the answer, Wyndham, but there is a corporation underneath the Wyndham. Is my chat delayed with your software or your program? More delayed than normal?
No, you're just hearing. It shouldn't be, but maybe it is. I don't know. I was lagging earlier and then it shut off, so maybe it is. I don't know. I'll have to work some kinks out in this, but I want to get back to using it. I know we used it one time, but it's pretty cool. And April said it's the ticker a new toy. Well, it's not really a new toy. I've had it for a long time. I just hadn't been using it. But the other day when Hangouts told me it was going away, I figured I'd try something different, and well, here we are. It's not been the greatest live stream when it comes to technology, but we kind of got through it, I guess.
I wonder why they're doing that.
I don't know why they would shut down one of their own programs unless they were going to bring something better, but mine said you had to go to YouTube webcam. And I don't see how you could add anybody on the webcam. I don't know if they're trying to cut out lives because, you got 8,
Well,
10, 12.
Well, you can download that different encoder software. Is that how you'd have to do it with the webcam if you brought in additional people?
I don't know, but each channel
I
has
don't
its
even
own,
see how that would work.
each channel has its own, key.
Right, yeah.
And the way I'm live right now is I use that key. That's how you do it through, and this program's OBS if anybody wants to play around with it and teach me, but the ticker's pretty cool. Putting your email up in the top corner is pretty cool. You can't do anything like that with, there's so much you can do with OBS but it is a very difficult process.
Huh. Now, is Hangouts going away altogether? Or just for
gone.
altogether?
What it said is going away later this year. And the way the days are ticking down, I think 180 days till Christmas.
Didn't they say the same thing for the YouTube chats, though, that those were going away too?
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They're for
still
me.
Here. Well, yeah, me too. But I think they're still haunting others.
I'm gonna have to agree with 4RE with the discussion that's going on in the chat.
I'm missing it. What is it?
Well, we'll just leave it there. But you disagree too. I know that to be 100% sure.
I think I'm.
Ellen, we all wish you the best.
How did Pastor know I have a storm? Are you stalking me, Pastor Mo?
I don't know. They're making it so hard to do lives, and I think it's because of bandwidth or maybe something server. I mean, these lives get extremely long when people are just hearing, talking and going away. I mean, ours went 7.5, 6.5.
I
And
think
if
for
you imagine,
buffering now.
I'm not seeing buffering right now.
Not okay. Oh, clouds. Okay. I was just teasing you, Pastor Mo. We do have storm. We have nasty thunderstorms here tonight.
I think nasty
Yeah, I don't
thunderstorms have been.
understand why they're doing all that, making it more difficult.
I mean, they changed it where you had to have 1,000 subscribers on a mobile. I think it was 1,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had any of these problems, but I've been around for a long time too, so.
Well, then you're just gonna have to make sure you get your software right, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're probably echoing now, but just because I got tired of clicking mute on two different things, so it is what it is at this point.
I'm echoing.
You may be, I don't know. Not to me, I only hear you, but they might be hearing an echo from you. Any more Vegas videos coming out, Pastor? You got anything in the works? Angelica, you can email me. I will definitely help out. Put out what we can anyway. We'll put it out. We're ready to see it. I know, it takes time. Hey Thumper, how are you? How about you, Thumper? You got any videos coming out? When can we look forward to that one? Mania seems to be busy with a lot of different topics, so which is where I eventually am going to go, but it's kind of hard to leave this Vegas thing with so much still out there, I guess. And that doesn't make me whatever people want to call me. I mean, there is a lot of stuff still left out there. So Thursday after the stream. Well, if Miss Dawn can do it, we will do it. So you give an actual theory video, Thumper? I agree with that 4RE. They haven't released a lot of shit that I guess will come over time, but all right. Well, we got about 17 more minutes of this, and I'm shutting it down and going to bed. And I think that's over the original time I said so. Well, that's not excuses. There's just a lot of things still left, I think. I'm not behind helicopters. I think they were doing something, but I don't know what they were doing. One time in my life I was, though. Very. That's bad. We've been here so long, I say one time in my life. That's crazy.
I'm going to ask Ellen to elaborate on what she means. Who's making excuses for sticking with LB?
I think she was just feeding off of me when I said, you know.
Oh, I see. I sometimes wish that I could make an excuse to myself to not stick with LB.
No kidding.
I do.
Hell, I take weeks off at a time, but still I come back and back and back and back.
Yeah, I don't know. Trying.
Saint, I can't help what they do over there. That's taking it way too far.
Well, hold on now.
It's probably about me. I don't care. What are they gonna show my big ass with my beautiful wife? 10 for. Show where I used to work, where I work now. I mean, they already called them, so what's the matter? Saint, I respect what you did, but I mean, as you can see, I don't even know what the video says, so Well, hell, I'd have gave them my address. I bet their punk asses won't show up. They didn't need to go searching for it. I'm easy to find. You know what? I'm not turning the stream into that. So I don't, you know what? I don't even care. The stream was a good one, and we're going to leave it at that. Oh, man. I have a nice house, so y'all enjoy. No, she's not talking. I don't know what she's doing, but she's not talking.
Okay, well, I did watch the video and I'm going to say that's just effing pathetic. And I'm going to tell you, anybody who goes there and comments on those videos or, you know, even wants to entertain that type of channel, I mean, you're all pathetic if that's what you're going to do. If that's what you're going to take part in.
Damn, do I need to go watch it?
It's not about you. It's actually, it looks to me like it's about somebody who isn't even here to defend themselves anymore. And it's just stupid, you know? I mean, these little games, you know, they are just ridiculous. And it's, you know, it's pathetic that people watch it, take part in it, you know? It's...
Well...
And it's only entertained if you know, if people actually pay attention to it. And unfortunately, you know, I have been put in a position where I've had to pay attention to that stuff. You know, I've been in that position where my personal information is out there, my house is out there on the internet, my, you know, where I live. I mean, so are you trying to encourage that somebody would come to my house and do something to me? Is that your point? You know, is that your point with this video? I mean, what is the point? Because you know the fucking idiot who made it is watching. And that's exactly what you are, a piece of shit.
I agree with that. And they uploaded it on purpose because they seen we were over here trying to be nice, trying to... I mean, you know, never happy.
You know, it's just to the point where it's become dangerous. And, you know, I just talked about this earlier today where, you know, there are a few people in this community that are highly suspect of the information that's been put out there. I know for a fact that the ridiculous, you know, screenshot that was put out of a comment that I made 5 months ago, I know who got it. I know who they gave it to. So I know where it came from because it was the same screenshot. The screenshot said the comment was made 1 day ago and it was 5 months ago. So it's the same screenshot that was used. You think I don't know where that came from? I do. I do. And it was the same person who used that same screenshot. So you think I don't have an idea who Ma Kettle is? I do. And I also have a very good idea of who could be involved in it based on the information that was in there. And, you know, conversation that occurred in a chat just days before that in regards to parties that, you know, don't even participate in this. That video was not about victims and survivors. That video was a personal vendetta for someone in this community who likes to sit there and scream and run their mouth. That's who that was for. Because who was targeted in that video, you know, they haven't been out there, you know, doing what they've been accused of doing. And, but they have had problems with, you know, 1 or 2 people in this community. And those people have given themselves away with their sneaky, vindictive, accusatory, threatening behavior. And it's just high time that, this information is gathered together and there's action taken on it from a group of people who are being targeted. Enough's enough.
Well, I also know, after watching some of it, I'm not going to say the name, but what the fuck, man? They're saying they can't hear you. They should be able to hear you.
They can't hear me? Who said that?
Guys, can you hear her? I mean, I don't
said
even,
that?
I don't even, they said they
Who,
can hear
who
you.
said they couldn't hear me?
I think it was Miss Dawn. You should be loud and clear, though. You might have a little echo, but...
Oh, I see. Yeah. So, I truly think that there needs to be a collective action. I know of several people who have been targets of, these two individuals in particular who seem to enjoy intimidation, threats, manipulation, insult, games, and it seems to be, one of those two people had that screenshot of my comment. That narrows it down quite a bit for me.
Well, I mean, I kind of think I know where you're going with that, but I'm not going to speculate without talking to you privately.
Well, it seems to me that these people are encouraging, what is your point? I mean, what is your point? You want people to go and do you want people who are half cocked or, off their rocker to go to these people's houses and then what? Then what? What are you looking to happen? What are you encouraging? What kind of bullshit are you pulling? Putting that shit out there. What do you want to happen?
Hey, can you talk for a second? I'll put you on hold.
I'm not sure where TB went. He might be making a phone call, I guess. It is, yes, he needs a hobby, Angelica, but when you're putting personal information out there about people, it could be considered dangerous. It might bore others, but the fact is, until you're actually the target, because I've seen these comments over and over, oh, why entertain it? Why do you even talk about it? Why respond? Why this? Why that? Well, the fact is, if you are the one that's being targeted day in and day out, and there is an action taken against you day in and day out, you might feel differently. You might feel differently if it's your house on the internet. You might feel differently if it's your full name, out there blasted with where you work and where you went to school and, pictures of your family and your kids and your mom and your grandparents. You might feel differently. So, what do? Do you crawl away in a corner and let somebody like that control your life or control every action? No, I think it's high time that we do something about it.
Well, again, I respect what the saint did and said, but this right here, I mean, that's it's too much, man.
You know what, though? I understand what you're saying, but the fact is, people in this chat need to understand what how serious this really is and how serious it really can be. And they need to understand that it's not deserved. It's not, oh, well, they should just watch what they say. They deserve it. What kind of bullshit is that? What is being said that would deserve, somebody's personal information out there? Where it seems to me, the speculation is that you are encouraging, you're either threatening, where they live, and you're going to go what? What are you going to do? You're going to go there? You're going to do something? Or you're encouraging people to do that. Either way, you are provoking a possibly, very dangerous or fatal situation. I mean, how dare you? All because somebody has an opinion on the internet? That's why? Really? So I'm sorry, but I do think that when, some of these things do need to be talked about, and as a community of mostly good people who are here for mostly good reasons and, would want to support your fellow neighbor if they're in need of assistance or they have trouble. It's no different for me here when I see this kind of stuff happening to somebody else or to myself. I think that this is an opportunity to actually band together as a community and take a stand against this shit. That's what should be happening.
I agree. 100%. I agree with that. And I think most people in this chat do. I don't know how many watching do, but most people in this chat do. And with that, I think I'm going to end this. I mean, that's enough for me. So with that being said, you got anything else to say, Kale?
No, I just hope that people can really understand what, how serious this can be and how serious that these people are taking it, and, really think about that when you're seeing these comments that are around. Really think about, was that really, did that person really deserve that? Was that provoked in any way? Because I would say 99.999% of the time, these little, attacks and insults and, all this shit that you're seeing, if you really think about it, you'll understand that it's not coming from a provoked situation. This is something that is being brought on by these people themselves, and there's a reason for it. There is a reason for it, because none of us knew each other before we came here. And it certainly can't be that my words upset you that much, especially when they've got nothing to do with you. So, I mean, just really think about that. And when you see shit like this with this personal information out, I mean, people need to take a stand against this stuff. It's really time for people to take a stand. If you want to be here for something good and do something right, that's it right there. Because you should not have your freedoms taken away because someone threatens you or intimidates you into being too scared to be here.
No argument with any of that. So, with all that being said, I think I'm going to leave it on that. Sorry, guys, I did try to have a great live stream tonight, and I believe we did.
And it was a great live stream. It was. It was.
Everybody remember that, I ended it the other night this way. I'll end it this way. Remember who's watching you and keep your feet moving straight. And we'll all be okay. And with that being said, on to the next. Good night, guys.